Hello and welcome to another video. I didn't film anything today until now, obviously, because I was still struggling quite a lot mentally, and last night I was in two minds as to whether I was going to go to my dentist appointment today, but I slept okay last night and physically I was well enough to go, so I forced myself to do it. Now I don't have any appointments for the foreseeable future, and that feels really good mentally. It means I can just relax, I can just focus on doing what I want to do instead of saving energy for what I have to do. The dentist appointment was actually pretty uneventful. He basically said just continue what I'm doing using the mouth guard on my bottom teeth. If I feel like I need more help or more intervention, then he can refer me privately to a colleague of his who is in the same city, luckily, and does a lot of work with TMJ patients. But like I said, it would be private, so that would probably be very expensive. So I'm not going to do that yet. If the mouth guard on my bottom teeth starts causing nerve pain, then I am going to do that, because I can't deal with the nerve pain and I can't deal with not having a mouth guard, because then the jaw pain comes back. I was only out of the house for about half an hour, which was really good, but it was the first time I've left the house this year, and it's the 15th of January. So yeah, that's not so good, is it? But maybe I'll be able to go out of the house for something that's not medical related over the next couple of weeks, because as I said, I've got no appointments coming up. Oh my goodness, I just got a call from Cardiology to say they had a cancellation tomorrow at 10:40 a.m. and would I like the appointment? And I was like, yes, definitely, I absolutely want that appointment. So I'm going to see the cardiologist tomorrow. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, because I was expecting to have to wait months and months. And to be honest, I have been waiting about a month. I'm just, so happy. It couldn't have come at a better time, actually, because yesterday was a crap mental health day. Like really, really bad. The worst I've had in a long time. I just felt so hopeless and I didn't know where I was going, and I just, I felt terrible basically. And this is, well, I was going to say cheered me up, sounds really strange, but it totally has, because I really need this appointment and this is a really important step to getting the medication which I desperately need. So feeling very happy. It is going to be a little bit difficult getting there, because this is crazy coincidental. My dad is actually having surgery today. It's an outpatient procedure, so he goes in for the day and then comes home in the evening. It's not like a long stay in hospital. And so my mum is taking the rest of the week off to look after him in his recovery, so she'll be home tomorrow to take me. But as I said before, the hospital where I'm going for this appointment is right in the centre of town. There's no accessible parking in a kind of 10-minute radius basically, and a 10-minute push in the wheelchair is a lot for me because it's on a very busy road. The sensory overload would be intense. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to manage it, because my dad can't drive for 2 weeks after the operation. So it might be a bit tricky, but we are going to do it. We're going to work around whatever we have to work around to get me to this appointment. The rest of today is going to be hectic as well, because I need to have a shower and wash my hair. And I also need to make some notes to make sure I don't forget anything when I talk to the cardiologist tomorrow. He's not been the greatest cardiologist in the world. If you've seen my previous videos, he's messed up 3 times. But I'm trying to go in with a positive mind frame. Mindset. Frame of mind, mindset. You know what I mean. I'm trying to go in positively, because all I need him to do is basically give me a prescription for a medication that I know the name of. So I'm hopeful that it'll be okay. I'm going to go and wash my hair now and then try and take it as easy as possible for the rest of the day whilst making a few notes. Oh my goodness, that phone call honestly made my day. Today's the day, going to the cardiologist. Been awake since 5 a.m, which is obviously not the best scenario. It's going to be a long morning, I think. Hopefully a positive one by the end. Dressing for these sorts of hospital appointments is always a little bit tricky, because it's the middle of winter. Therefore, it's really, really cold outside, and we're probably going to have to, I'm going to have to be pushed in my wheelchair a bit outside, so I am going to get cold. But then when you get into the hospital, it's really, really hot. And because I'm going to cardiology, they're going to want to take my blood pressure, they're going to want to do an ECG, so I need to be wearing clothes that are quick and not too energy consuming to take off, basically. So I've gone for a t-shirt. I've also gone for loose trousers, because my stomach not happy today, because I haven't really slept, because I've eaten breakfast relatively quickly and been moving around. That's never a good thing for me. And I'm wearing like long socks underneath that are really, really tight, so they kind of double up as compression stockings a bit, so hopefully that will help my POT symptoms when I'm sitting in the waiting room in my wheelchair. It's amazing the amount of thought that has to go into every tiny little detail when it comes to going anywhere with chronic illness. Not feeling so good, but trying to hold on to the positives, finally seeing a cardiologist. Oh my God. We got here at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm now in the car waiting for my mum, and it's 1:45 in the afternoon. That's an ambulance, you can tell we're near a hospital. It was just so much waiting. Waited, got my blood pressure done, waited for even longer, got my ECG done, then waited for even longer, and finally saw the consultant, and it wasn't the same guy who made the 3 mistakes, which is probably a good thing. I saw a very nice woman. She said, yeah, Ivabradine prescription, fine, but the prescription she gave me has to be filled at the hospital pharmacy, so we dropped it off. My mum took me back to the car, and now my mum's gone to wait and collect it, but it's going to be another half an hour. Like, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I think maybe I feel like doing both, because oh my God, I'm so tired. I've been awake since 5 a.m. I been sitting up all that time in the waiting room. I was in my wheelchair, but I was still sitting up. There was a woman vomiting in the cafe across, and you could hear it, and it was just like so disgusting. Oh God, yeah. I'm very, very glad to be in the car and to be very close to going home. I'm probably not going to be able to film anything for the next few days because this is going to take it out of me considerably, and I won't be starting my medication until I've recovered from the appointment, because that'll just confuse my body with the side effects and everything. So I'll check back in with you when I've recovered from this and when I'm about to start Ivabradine. Finally got medication. Woohoo! Okay, so it's Saturday morning now. Yesterday, I was just in bed all day. I slept fairly well the past couple of nights, which I think has lessened the effects of post-exertional malaise. And now I'm about to take Ivabradine for the first time. So I'm about to read the leaflet of doom, as it sometimes feels like, because it just lists all the side effects. Most common side effects. Luminous visual phenomena. That sounds kind of fun. I'm joking, of course, it doesn't sound fun at all. Brief moments of increased brightness, most often caused by sudden changes in light intensity. Well, that's not going to be good because I have light sensitivity anyway, so we'll see how that works. Slowing down of heart rate, rapid heartbeats, headache, dizziness and blurred vision. That's pretty standard, isn't it? Nausea, vomiting, again, pretty standard. Okay. One thing I've really liked, so I opened the packet to see what colour the tablets are, and they're yellow, which is, you know, pretty standard. But what I really like is it's got a little, you can't see that at all, a little sun and a little moon to tell you to take them in the morning and the evening, which I think is cute. It's the little things. So here we go. Oh, what day is it today? I better take the right day. It's Saturday. Cheers. I always have such a kind of thrill of anxiety when I take a new medication for the first time, because historically I get really bad side effects and sometimes they're very, very difficult to deal with. But actually this time it's slightly different. I just feel like I'm putting so much on this medication. I desperately need it to improve my symptoms. The anxiety is more towards the fact that what if it doesn't do anything, as opposed to what if I get horrendous side effects. Taking the first tablet, that's all I can do. And yeah, we'll see if I get any luminous visual disturbances. I'll let you know. So I'm just about to take my second dose of Ivabradine, and the first dose seems to have gone okay. I haven't had any crazy weird side effects so far. It's still very early days though. The only sort of side effects that I've really been experiencing is a little bit of visual disturbance. None of the like flashing lights or anything that I was sort of told about. It's more that I felt like my senses were kind of turned up a few levels, so everything was a bit brighter, and I felt really close to sensory overload even when I wasn't doing anything. So that was a bit weird and actually made me kind of anxious, because I really, really hate the feeling of sensory overload. But it passed after a few hours, so that wasn't too bad. And the only other thing I've really been feeling is pressure in my chest. Like usually when I stand up I get pressure in my head, but this time the pressure is in my chest. I had a shower and washed my hair this afternoon, which I don't think was a very good idea because it was really, really difficult and took me a long time to recover afterwards. But I wanted to do that today because I thought, well, I'm probably going to have more side effects tomorrow if I get them and I won't feel like it. so I wanted to kind of push myself to do that. Hopefully that was the right decision and hopefully I don't pay for it tomorrow. Day 2 of Ivabradine is done, and today can really be summed up by one word: fatigue. Oh my goodness, I have been so tired, bone crushingly tired, barely able to move or keep my eyes open. I didn't sleep that badly last night, I slept fine, so the fact that I've been so tired has actually been quite disheartening. I mean, I'm sure it's because I did too much yesterday, but I can't help but be a little bit disheartened because one of my real hopes for this medication is for it to help my fatigue levels, because fatigue is a big symptom of POTS, and obviously my other POTS symptoms like orthostatic intolerance have been really bad as well. So I was hoping that when they got better through this medication, hopefully my fatigue would get better too. Obviously that hasn't happened today. And I know it's stupid to get disheartened so soon because I can literally count the number of doses I've taken on one hand, you know, but can't help it. It's just how I'm feeling today. Very much looking forward to going to bed and going to sleep now. It's been a pretty hectic week, a real roller coaster. Feeling really down at the beginning of the week, then getting the phone call from the cardiologist and feeling really, really happy, and then the stress of the appointment and the recovery from it and the stress of starting a new medication. So it's been very, very up and down. Hoping that next week will be a little bit more on an even keel. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you again next week. Bye!